Thank you for joining us here again on the podcast, the xyspark podcast. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another one of our episodes entitled the xyspark podcast. This is the podcast for men, where we seek to normalize conversations about men's mental health. Today, it's a Wednesday, and the theme is Willpower Wednesday. Willpower Wednesday. And we are looking today at five things, guys, five reasons why you should pay attention to your mental health. Five reasons why you should pay attention to your mental health. But just before we jump into our topic for today, I just wanted to reiterate that the XY Spark podcast is a podcast that is live every weekday morning at 5:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Every weekday morning at 5:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, the XY Spark podcast is here. We are live on YouTube, we are live on TikTok, and we are live on the Podbean podcast app. So you can find us at xyspark.podbean.com. We continue to encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to our channel as we seek to create a safe space to normalize conversations about men's mental health, because we know that mental health is not a myth. And as we pay attention to our mental health and as we give priority to our mental health as men, it will help us in several different ways. So today we are going to speak about five reasons why paying attention to your mental health should be a priority. Number one is that when we pay attention to our mental health, it helps us to have a better quality of life. Paying attention to our mental health help us to have a better quality of life. Why? Because some of the anxiety, some of the depression, some of the mood swings, some of the anger, some of the insecurities, and some of the impulsive decisions that we make, when we pay attention to our mental health, we will not be as impulsive and as anxious and as depressed and experience all those mood swings that we would from time to time. So, as men, we need to pay attention to our mental health if we want to have a better quality of life. Reason number two why we should pay attention to our mental health is that it will help us with better financial management. Yes, guys, if you pay attention to your mental health and if you prioritize your mental health, you will make better financial decisions. And a man whose mindset is scattered and is all over the place and is not grounded, it's hard for him to make good financial decisions because his mental health is out of sync. So if you want to make better financial decisions and have a better relationship with money, you have to pay attention to your mental health. And when you're paying attention to your mental health, man, it will help you now to create a better relationship with money and you can make better decisions. So pay attention to your mental health if you want to make better financial decisions. Big point number three is that when you pay attention to your mental health, it will also help to change the how do I say, the atmosphere of your relationship. If you're in a relationship and you are that person who you're constantly struggling with your identity, you're struggling with low self-worth, you're struggling to stay in a committed relationship, you are really struggling to, stay with it, to work through it, then it's going to be important for you to pay attention to your mental health, because it is in paying attention to your mental health that you're going to create a new mindset and have a better perspective. And by so doing, you will grow to become better at who you are as a person. So paying attention to your mental health, guys, is a important thing, right? Don't take that for granted. Pay attention to your mental health so that you can create a better relationship. And here's where we're going. A man who doesn't pay attention to his mental health does not have a good relationship with himself. And you may ask what I mean by that. If you are not in a healthy place and if your mindset is not in a good space, how can you expect to have a good, healthy relationship? A relationship where there are boundaries, a relationship where you're learning to assert yourself, a relationship where you're respectful and you're being respected. You cannot experience this as a man if you're not paying attention to your mental health. You see, your mental health should not be something that you pay attention to when you have time. It's something that you should pay attention to all the time. And it is in paying attention to your mental health consistently and making it priority that you're going to reap the benefits of what that looks like. So, reiterating that big point number three, as it relates to why it's important to pay attention to your mental health, is that it is in paying attention to your mental health that number one, you will have a better relationship with money. That number two, you will be able to, have a better perspective of yourself. You'll be able to have a healthier relationship. When you pay attention to your mental health as a man, it adds more value to you as a person. And so many times, guys, I speak to, some of my female, clients, and they say, hey, I'm really struggling because this guy doesn't seem to be, getting his mind in the right place. He's not in the game. But when a man pays attention to his mental health and make it priority, some of the things that he struggles with in his relationship, he will not struggle with it, right? Insecurities. When you pay attention to your mental health, man, you'll be less controlling. Why? Because you'll be more confident. You'll be more assured of who you are as a person. So when you pay attention to your mental health, all these things happen differently. It is what's going to help you to grow. It's what's going to help you to stay more grounded. It's what's going to help you to be more effective. So paying attention to your mental health is key to experiencing these things. Next point is this is that when you pay attention to your mental health, it will help you to be more adaptable. And let me tell you what I mean. Some of us as men, we don't know how to deal with crises. When things change, we lose our minds right away. We're not good at problem solving. We're not good at seeking to create opportunities out of what seem to be hopeless or endless. And when you pay attention to your mental health and a crisis happens, you don't end up doing things to hurt yourself or to hurt those in your life that you love. The only way that you're going to be able to adapt to sudden changes or to make certain changes in the moment is when you're paying attention to your mental health, because it will help you to apply yourself more effectively when you are in a crisis situation. And let's talk. A man who doesn't pay attention to his mental health, he is easily angered. He jumps to conclusions more quickly. He makes more impulsive decisions. Okay. He's not open for conversations. He's not open to influence. But when a man pays attention to his mental health, it's easy for him to take a step back and recognize that, hey, I don't know everything and I will never know everything. And I'm open to learning new things that's going to help to improve the way I view the world and help me to change the lens that I'm viewing the world with. So when you pay attention to your mental health, men, it helps you to create new perspectives. It helps you to be more adaptable. It helps you to be more confident. It helps you to be less controlling. All right. When you pay attention to your mental health, guys, here's the big one: it helps you to be a better parent, right? And for the men who are not a parent yet, guess what? This will apply eventually. If you never have, guess what? Then paying attention to your mental health will help you in general to be a better person. So if you're not a parent, it will help you to be a better person. Full stop. All right. And as a man, when you pay attention to your mental health, it will help you to get away from some of the barriers or some of the borders that you have not been able to get away from. When you pay attention to your mental health, it will help you to be brutally honest with yourself. And as you improve your mental health, it improve your person, improve you as a person. It improves your role as a parent, and it helps you to stay more grounded and to stay more effective. So paying attention to your mental health, men, is what is going to help to change the landscape of the way we are living our lives right now. Now, let me just say thank you for those who are joining us live on YouTube. We appreciate you. This is the XY podcast, the podcast for men, where we seek to normalize conversations about men's mental health. For those who are joining us for the first time on YouTube or TikTok or on the Podbean, this podcast is a podcast where we seek to normalize conversations about men's mental health. We are here every weekday morning at 5:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and we seek to facilitate conversations by creating a safe space for men to come and talk about their mental health. We also offer live coaching calls right here. So if you're joining us live and there's something that you'd like us to chat about and you want to join the conversation, you are welcome to do so. And we are okay to offer to you some life coaching in the moment that can help you to become the best version of yourself. For all our female followers, ladies, we appreciate you and we are in no way going to ignore your presence. Your presence here is also a valuable part of this process. Why? Because, ladies, it is in you coming into this space and even bringing some things to the table that as men we may not be seeing it, but as you bring it to the table, we can talk about it as well, because the idea is to create a safer, healthier environment where we have a tribe of men who are following through with practicing holistic, healthy masculinity that will help to empower or young men and boys. So, we're talking about 5 reasons why paying attention to your mental health. And we're going to jump into the fifth reason why paying attention to your mental health is important. So, we spoke about 4 things already. We want to talk about the fifth thing why paying attention to your mental health is important. Now, when we pay attention to our mental health as men, it helps us to be more confident. Yes, so many men that I've met, they're not confident. They're not connected. There's so many of us as men, we are out of sync. We're out of touch with ourselves. We don't know who we are. We don't know where we're going. We're not even sure what our role is. We are more consumed with seeking to be accepted by the crowd. We're more consumed with worry. We're consumed with meeting the status quo, fulfilling the social norms. But when you pay attention to our mental health, we will be comfortable and confident with who we are as a person, right? Or self worth will not be measured by the opinions of those outside of us, but our self worth will be measured by how comfortable we are with ourselves. And we will be more empowered with how comfortable we are because we will seek to find value in ourselves. We will not be chasing after external validation, but we'll be more empowered as we look at ourselves through a new lens. Okay, as we celebrate our authenticity rather, and as we grow every single day to become better as men. And that is uh, a huge piece why we need to pay attention to our mental health. It is in paying attention to our mental health, men, that we will be okay now to start talking more and normalizing more conversations about our mental health. All right. So as we go off into this week, today, Willpower Wednesday, I need you to reflect on the 5 reasons why paying attention to your mental health is important. Number one is paying attention to your mental health will help you to live a better quality of life. Number two, paying attention to your mental health will help to make you more confident as a man. Paying attention to your mental health will help you to have healthier and happier relationships. Paying attention to your mental health will help you to have a better relationship with money. And paying attention to your mental health in general will help you to be a better parent or a better person. This is something that is very important for us men. And I want all the men that are listening to this podcast today and all the women who are listening to this podcast, I want you to seek to share your comments. What do you think about these 5 points? Do they make sense to you? Do you think that this is something that you would want to pay some attention to? Well, please let us know your comments. Like, share, subscribe, and tell us what you think about these 5 points. In the meantime, guys, I just want to tell you thank you once again for joining us here on the XY Spark podcast. We will be here again tomorrow morning, Thursday, where our theme will be Transformation Thursday. We hope to see you again. We hope to hear from you. We hope that you will invite one of your friends. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, XY Spark, on our YouTube channel to hear more episodes like these that talks about men's mental health and how we want to seek to empower our men to have a better mindset. This is your boy, your men's life coach Rolando here on XY Spark. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you again tomorrow morning, same time, same place. But before we go, we just want to remind you that at XY Spark, we believe that there is a spark in you. We will see you again tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Have a great day.